Charles Dickens and golf. It sounds like a slightly odd combination, but I sat and I watched Christmas Carol with my wife and daughter last night, a little bit out of season, but I kind of have always enjoyed that film and book quite enormously. When I was doing a lot of research in terms of trying to understand how to create Dream On into a readable book, I tended to, I sort of discovered just what an absolutely perfect story that is. So I enjoyed it enormously. But during the Golf Challenge year, I discovered a lot of what, sports psychologists, NLP guys, they talk about this concept called the Dickens effect. And it's really to do with the fact of the sort of ghost of Christmas, whatever it is, ghost of Christmas future, where he is projected forward, where Scrooge is projected forward to see what a complete horror his life will be in the future if he doesn't mend his ways. And what you have to do then with your golf or any other project that you're doing is try and do a similar thing. So in your golf, if you are frustrated about your golf and you kind of allow yourself to go from year to year continuing to be frustrated, the whole point is to try and then sort of project forward to yet another summer, or yet another summer, 10 summers down the line, where you look at it and have the same frustration. So if you're a 17 handicapper, do you just let the season drift on so that you become a 17 handicapper again? You never really win anything, you never beat your friends, you never have any of that joy that you can get out of golf. And if you can really focus on how unpleasant that is, and kind of how dejected that might make you feel, really push those slightly tricky buttons to make sure that you create something that's very unpleasant in your mind. I'm assuming that you do want to get better, but if you do want to get better, then you really can push hard at those buttons to try and make yourself feel uncomfortable and unpleasant and feel a lot of discomfort in terms of potentially staying where you are. And then what you do is you flip it so that you start to project forwards and go forward a year, 5 years, whatever it is the period of time that you're trying to work on, ideally just to this summer. And imagine that you've maybe done the work that you need to do and applied obviously what we have in the Break Power Blueprint, so that you can suddenly be, if you're a 17 handicapper, maybe playing off 11 or 12 or something like that, and just how much you will enjoy your golf. More than that, if you can get rid of that slice, if you can get rid of that hook that you've got, if you can start holding more putts, if you can start scoring better, if you can start winning, so you focus on all of those great things that will happen if you make the improvement. And out of those two things, you then come together and make a commitment. So you focus on all the bad stuff that will happen if you stay where you are, and you focus on all the good stuff that will happen if you make the change. And then you build yourself up. You kind of whip yourself into a frenzy of, rah rah, here we go, I'm off and away I'm going to go, because you have a certain sense of disgust to staying where you are. It's a very powerful technique for all sorts of types of personal achievement, business and sport. But I used it quite a lot within the golf, and I kind of heartily recommend it to you to give it a go in terms of your own golf, in terms of making the commitment, and therefore obviously, hopefully, signing up to the Break Power Blueprint and trying to get involved with all of the guys in there that we have, who are all moving together towards sort of goals, trying to make that sort of different future for their golf. And obviously accessing all of the kind of 12 different modules that I've got that I worked on during the year to make my reduction of the 33 strokes. So play around with that concept, and we hope to see you in the Break Power Blueprint forums soon. Thank you very much.